Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to get into UFC 326 predictions, Holloway versus Valera 2. I don't really know why they set this fight up, to be honest. It is a badass fight, don't get me wrong, but Oliveira is on like a bit of a, well, he just came with a bad loss. You could say Holloway also. It's a little bit weird because I think they both just lost to Poirier, so it's like, mm. But anyway, let's move on to the actual card. Now, before we get into the main card, we're gonna do main card predictions here. Let's get into the sleeper fight of the prelims. Now, the only fight that I could look like, maybe you guys can let me know. I don't really know much about these gentlemen down here. So I just went for the height of the prelims, Cody Garbrandt versus Jiao Long. I think this could be a very entertaining fight. Cody surprisingly still kind of has it in him. I'm surprised he's still fighting. I thought he would like retire, but I mean he's still got the dog in him. I think this could be a good fight. I think Jiao will win though. But anyway, let's without further ado get into the main card, and we'll start with Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Fernandez, who's a 13th and 15th rank. Gregory has got some crazy knockout power. I think the last guy he knocked out, that wasn't actually his last opponent, but always when I think of him, it's that knockout where he basically floors the guy and the ref doesn't do shit. And he looks at the ref, walks over to the guy, and smacks him dead in the face again. And then the ref's like, okay, well, he's dead now. That just lives rent free in my head. I don't know about this one. This is a bit of a difficult thing because I don't really know too much about Bruno Ferreira. I think he's like kind of like a bit of a grappler, if my memory precedes me correctly. But I'm gonna go with what I know. I'll go Gregory probably by knockout, or it would be like a tough little scrap, and then he'll win on decision. But that's gonna be my prediction for that one. Then we have Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. I don't know about this one. These guys are very like kind of like, I don't say average fighters, but they are kind of like on each other's levels. So I don't really know who has the advantage over here. If you look at the reach and leg reach, it's on Michael Johnson here. But Drew Dober, I do know, has a little grappling technique. With Michael Johnson, I'm not entirely sure on his grappling. I mean, we can look here at the grappling stats. Um, he's got better takedown accuracy. He's got better takedown defense. And they don't really go for subs, but okay. I don't know. I don't think Drew gets this one done. I'm gonna go with Michael Johnson on this one. I don't really know what the odds are, who the underdog and shit doesn't really look. Rob Font versus Rahul Rojas Jr. This to me is a setup. I think the UFC are trying to push up the young bucks into the top 15 to get more exciting matchups. There are a lot of older fighters that are still like hogging top 15 spots. So I think the plan is to try and get a lot of them out and to get the fighters that actually are showing potential. And this is probably Rahul is like chance. Joey I think he can beat Rob Font. He's got a very, very good, very, very good grappling. And I don't know. I don't see Rob Font causing too much problems for him unless he can keep the fight on the feet. Then Rahul might struggle a little bit. But I think it's going to be, he's going to go in for the takedown, put him down, and then it's going to be 9-9. He's going to fuck around there. Rob could get to round 3. But I think it's mostly this fight's mostly gonna be on the ground. I think I'm gonna go with Rahul Rojas Jr. to win that one. And now to the co-main event of the evening: 7 versus 8. Both men coming off a loss. Already DR kind of quit that last fight, which I thought was really funny because they were clowning Bo Nickel when he kind of gave up, and RDR need him in the stomach, and then RDR kind of gassed out in the next fight against think it was Whitaker, was it? I think it was Whitaker. Yeah. Yes. I do think Kyle O'Reilly is going to win this fight. I was not very impressed with his performance against Imavov. I thought it was like a shy of what he is. He was very, very kind of like cautious. He wasn't really the Kai that I was kind of watched before. I don't know if it was the camp didn't go well or if he had a little bit of an injury or something. But I'm hoping to see him bounce back and get this one. I do think he's most likely can beat RDR as long as he doesn't get caught in like a grapple situation on the floor with grappling. I do think he's not bad at grappling. I don't think he's gonna have too much of a problem, but RDR is that's kind of his special. I'm gonna go with Kyle to win this fight for the co-main event. Now let's move on to the main event of the evening. Max Holloway defends his BMF belt against Charles Oliveira. I don't know why he doesn't have a rank here, because I'm pretty sure he is ranked in the lightweight. But yeah, I don't know. For this fight, it feels like this is everything for Charles and not really much for Max, besides Max getting a badass fight that he'll most likely get another stunning knockout. I don't know. I just feel like with Oliveira, the route to victory is through grappling, and from what I've heard, he said he's not doing that. It's a BMF belt he wants to strike with Holloway and knock Holloway out. I don't know how long he's going to stick to that plan because I'm pretty sure Max will piece him up on stand up. I mean, look what Taporia did. And Taporia doesn't really have the, like, I wouldn't say Taporia is a better boxer than Max Holloway. And yes, you can say, when he stepped Holloway too. Very true, very true. I just think Taporia's got insane fucking power in his hands. So I think he's going to be difficult to stop regardless who they put in front of him. I have a rule: some fighters that don't go against. Max is kind of one of them. The only time I've ever gone against Max was with Volk, because Volk was on a fucking tear in the division, and it just didn't seem like anyone could beat Volk at the time. Kind of looks like Volk's bringing that back now. We'll see about that later on, what Volk has to do. But yeah, Max, I'm going to go with Max Holloway. And I think this fight is going to end up with a knockout for Max. That's my prediction for UFC 326. What would I give this out of 10 for a stack meter? I don't think it's that stacked. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's as stacked as what the other cards were. I think I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 on the stack meter. But yeah, that's my predictions. Let me know in the comments down below who you back in. Did I get someone wrong? Let me know about the guys on the prelims. Am I sleeping on some of the guys? If there's some dangerous fighters over there that I should be keeping my eye out on. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.